supper and a mother at the best place around. Some stupid with a flare gun burned the place to the ground. Smoke on the water, fire in the sky. Smoke on the water. Burned down the gambling house. It died with an awful sound. Funky and Claude was running in and out, pulling kids out of the ground. But when it all was over, we had to find another place. Swiss time was running out. It seemed that we would lose the race. Smoke on the water, fire in the sky. Smoke on the water.
You wanna know what goes on backstage? Oh, come on. Let me take you by the hand. Ow!
Rudy, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
The way I see it, Barry, this should be a very dynamite show.
You know, I have no idea what the name of this program is, but you're watching it.
Backstage,
All you ever want,
backstage,
all you ever need.
backstage.
Your dreams will be fulfilled once you are there, you'll never wanna leave. You wanna sell your ass for that backstage pass. Backstage is just for the invited. Backstage, they've laid on every...
Hi darlings, welcome to a very special edition of Rudy Backstage. Today I'm doing an interview for Italy in a moment, an Italian fan club, and there's quite a lot of fans of of Freddie, Queen, and also of my book in Italy. So you will be more or less seeing how this works. This is a making of camera, and I wish you all the best. So here we are. Bella Italia. Okay, let's see. Oops. One, two, one, two. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay. Hi.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Wow. Ciao, ciao bella ragazzi. Io non parlo italiano un poco, ja, poco.
Kein Problem.
Kein Problem. Ah, du sprichst Deutsch?
Ein bisschen.
Ein bisschen, okay. Good. So I'm ready. I hope this is okay for you. How this looks?
It is.
I am traveling, so the only thing I could do was.
Recording in progress.
Hang on. This meeting is being recorded. Yes, okay. This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. No, it just shows me on my. Here we go. Okay. Accept cookies. Yeah. You get me a copy of this, right? After it's finished, okay?
Yes.
Una
Just
copia
give me
per
some
me,
time to-
yeah, for posting on YouTube, etc. Yeah? Okay.
Just give me a bit of time so that I can properly translate it in Italian for people, and then it will be done.
Anything you say, darling.
It takes time. It takes time because I'm quite slow because it's hard work, but I will.
Yeah, I know. So, Fabrizio, is this his name? Yeah, Fabrizio, can you ask him if he received...
Maurizio.
Huh?
Maurizio.
Maurizio, yeah, sorry.
Maurizio.
Yeah, I was just mistaken. Maurizio, ciao. Can you ask him if he was able to look into maybe only the first pages of the Italian version of the book?
Ti ha chiesto se sei riuscito a dare una letta alle prime pagine del libro, forse.
Digli che stavo lavorando al video di Sodomy.
He was actually working on the Sotheby's video, so he didn't have time at the moment, but he will.
Okay. Good. Give me one moment. I'm taking my earpods so the sound is better. Hang on.
Va a prendere l'AirPod perché così sente meglio.
Non ho fatto niente. No. Allora, cominciamo a... Tu sei sotto una soluzione del
Ne ho qui.
Ah, ok, perfetto.
Avrei potuto prendere l'iPad, però è di là, mi scoccia.
Okay, but no, but anyway, in the Sotheby exhibition, some fans sent me some awards that Freddie and I was winning for several videos. They're also hanging in the exhibition. Okay. Why do I don't see myself? Anyway, okay. Good. Let's start.
Ok.
Iniziamo, va?
Benvenuti qui in Fase Italia Worldwide. Stavolta abbiamo un grandissimo.
Hello? Picture is gone now. Hello? Oh my God. Hello? Oh, fuck, it asks me for a meeting ID. Hello? Okay, I hear you back now, okay? Let's try it again. Okay, take two. Hello. Hello, nice to meet. Bella Italia. Okay, the book is called My Friend Freddy. It has 300 pages, 30 chapters, and many untold stories. You want to translate in the meantime? No. Okay, you do it later, not live. Okay, understood. Yeah. Okay. So let me first say something especially for the Italian fans and also for the Italian fans who pre-ordered my book. you know. The Italian version is now almost finished. I gave Maurizio a copy up front to be able to read it in Italian language. And okay, did we fall out again? Oh God. Hello? Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Connection is bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what. Oh. Hello, hello. Okay. It's not my fault. It's hello, hello. Alles okay. Ich hoffe, die Connection, die Verbindung ist schlecht. Ja? Ja. Ich bin, gut. Let me continue. So many Italian fans pre-ordered my book some time ago. It is already, sometimes a few years ago. And some of them are still waiting. I want to guarantee everybody that everybody will get the book. If you look of how I'm signing this, it takes a lot of time. I'm making also, love and respect and hearts and all that. So every book I sign takes time. And also the publishers, which I thought will send out the books, they are not doing it. So I have to do it with a very small team of volunteers who are Queen fans or Rudy fans. So I want to apologize to all the Italian fans who don't have the book yet, but I wanted to wait until the Italian version is out, because the idea that I send Italian pre-orders an English book, I didn't do, because I found out that not a lot of people in Italy speak English that well. Yeah. So I want to explain why this is a delay, and please be sure everybody who pre-ordered the book will get the book. Number one. Number two, the book comes now out, the Italian version, in a very big publishing house called Sperling. Very soon, Sperling will also publicize the exact release date this year, but this is not in my hands, so please watch the news and everything. So back to your question, the book. Freddie was a good friend. First, we were colleagues. I had the privilege of directing 32 Queen videos. First, we were working companions, and then a friendship developed. And I explain in this book, first of all, how you become the video director of Queen and Freddie. And I tell many, many untold stories 80% of what is in the book I haven't told before. So it's really something very, very special. I always say it's not a Freddie Mercury book, it's the Freddie Mercury book, because it shows the human being behind the star. It's not a biography, it's out, this is already existing. Yeah, it is my story, of a 17, 18-year-old young boy who went out in the world and wanted to become the best video director in the world. And then, ended up with people like Freddie Mercury, who opened me the door for the Champions League of music video making. And we did some really outstanding work together. Yes, because in the beginning, I was sort of fooled by a book management company who promised me that they will release it worldwide at the same time. And I was believing them, and I was focusing on the creative process. And when the book was finished, I found out that they couldn't deliver what they were promising. So I have now different publishers in different countries, and it took much longer. I'm not so experienced in the book world, and like the Rolling Stones, they were also fucked by their first manager. This was something that I didn't expect, but I learned from Freddie Mercury that you have to wait until it's absolutely like you want it. Some publishing houses would have published it for a lot of money, but they wanted to change the title, they wanted to change the pictures, they wanted to rewrite some of the stuff. And I said, no, Freddie Mercury was teaching me, never try to be second best and always do what you think is best. And therefore it took longer than I expected. Again, I apologize, but everybody who will get the book will not be disappointed. And don't forget, the people who pre-ordered are getting the book. You cannot pre-order anymore. It's long finished, but there is quite a lot of Italian people who pre-ordered. They will get the book for half price. They don't pay for the shipping, and they have a lot of extras like friendship certificate and special cards, etc. So it's more a fan VIP package. The Italian publishers in the moment say October this year. Yeah, yeah. But again, they have the right to decide this. I had to give them the right because they know Italy. I will also come to Italy physically to a few cities and will do readings of the book. I hope I can do it in Italian. Yeah, because I don't speak Italian, but when I learn it a little bit, because my reading shows are really something special. It's a Freddie Mercury experience. I also sit in the second half and say, you can ask me everything you always wanted to know about Freddie Mercury, and the audience loves that. Yeah, so I'm planning to do the big Italian cities soon. This will be if everything goes after plan, the publishing house Sperling decides this, I will be in Italy October, November, December also for presentations. And everybody who pre-ordered and has this friendship certificate will get a meet and greet with me and a selfie and a backstage pass. So it's another bonus for those people, and thank you for the long waiting time. No, I did it on my own. I mean, this is not the first book I was writing. I was writing books on Falco and on several Austrian and German superstars. No, I did it myself. It's basically it's like a diary a little bit. You only have to read the first 4 chapters in a row. And then you can pick out any of the chapters, and you don't need to have read the chapters before. So in other words, if you want to read about when Queen played for my 40th birthday, a party in Vienna, and came from London especially to play for me, this is an own chapter which is back in the book. If you want to read how I say goodbye to Freddie or how I said goodbye, is a different chapter. If you want to read about Freddie's last words, etc., etc. So I am a very lazy reader, So I don't like to have to read too much. So I wrote the book like for lazy readers like me, who only read a few chapters and then they can pick. And there's a lot of interesting photographs. No, I will not. I have to say that I was in Montreux 2 years ago, and then I think that's enough. I will go to certain Queen fan club, how do you say, events. I was invited to Japan, to Australia, to Poland, maybe to France. But see, the Montreux thing is a very, how should I say, this is a very closed thing, and I go there maybe every now and then, but not every year. I'm not a Queen fan. I'm somebody who had the privilege to work with Queen, so I don't see my place to be there every year, Yes, I still have quite a lot of unreleased footage, and partly I have to coordinate with Queen, Jim Beach, to release it. Partly I own it. So, for example, the famous prostitute interview is something that I did. I'm just a musical prostitute, my dear. And also others. Also, the last ever interview that Freddie was in front of a camera. There is more footage, but especially the sensitive materials of the last years, I will not release without coordinating with Queen Productions, Jim Beach, and Brian and Roger. Because it's very personal. See, also in the book, it's very difficult to write a book about a friend. I waited 25 years, but then I saw, and I'm exaggerating, I saw that every taxi driver that was taking Freddie once from one place to another, or every cleaning lady, was writing books about Freddie. I'm exaggerating, but it was almost like that. And especially a lot of journalists who never met him, who never knew the real guy, and were writing absolutely bullshit. I mean, it starts with that in a lot of Freddie Mercury books before mine, people were showing a building in Zanzibar and saying this is the house where Freddie Mercury was born. I was there for my award-winning documentary, Freddie Mercury, The Untold Story, which was awarded at the Grammys, which is the Oscar of pop music. And I found the last aunt and the last uncle of Freddie, and they showed me the real house. So somebody went there many years ago and was making a photo of just a house where somebody said, I think this is Freddie Mercury's house of the parents. And then everybody was repeating that mistake because nobody took the effort like me who actually go to Zanzibar and research it there. Like I also went to India and I was standing on the stage, which is only like this, where Freddie Mercury was singing for the first time in his life the song O Sole Mio when he was like 7 years old in school, you know, and I restaged that situation. So I took much more effort, and I also had the privilege to work with Jim Beach for many years as my producer for documentaries that you know. So I was able to get a lot of inside information, and therefore I thought, especially because a lot of fans were asking me, write a book, say something, and I realized, first of all, I think Freddie would like the book. Number two, because it's time. Number two, he has enough humor that the things that are in we can write. Number three, I knew what he wouldn't like, so I was avoiding certain things. For example, the last months of his life, I know that he didn't want anybody to see in what condition he was, because he wanted everybody to remember him as the superstar and as the great, you know, shining man. And on the other hand, I hear him every day. You know, he was my mentor, and I hear him not real, but I have him in my consciousness when he says, you know, I wouldn't do this. I developed the feeling, and I think I know what he wants and what he you know, would also like and don't like. I know. Well, I can understand this. The thing is that, unfortunately, I was not involved in the remastering of the videos. I was offering it, and I was hoping, you know, as for the videos I directed, that I could do it. So I didn't have any influence on how it is done. You know, this was organized by Queen Productions with people that they were choosing. And I was a little bit sad because it's my work, and I would have loved to, you know, to do it state of the art. But I cannot tell you anything about it because I was not involved. Sorry. In terms of what? You mean filmmaking things, video? Yeah. Well, I mean, the band, the band was, as I write in my book, My Friend Freddie, they were actually fighting quite a lot. But I was not fighting with them. I was just witnessing when they were fighting amongst each other. And what is so special about Freddie Mercury, and why I think he really needs, you know, actually in all the big cities there should be monuments of Freddie Mercury. You know, one in Italy, one in Russia, etc. He was not the diva that you would expect, but that he was the superstar, and then the others felt that no. It was Freddie was the peacemaker. Usually the fight was amongst the others, and Freddie was making peace and said, "Oh, we have to stop." So yes, they were fighting, but I was not fighting with them. In the beginning, I had too much respect. It was a big honor for me to become director of Queen and favorite director of Freddie Mercury for many years. I was always saying my opinion, and sometimes we had strong opinions, but it was never a fight, between me and the band. Not that I remember. Yes, I'm happy to. Well, I'm going slightly mad. There is actually a few chapters in my book, My Friend Freddie. By the way, for those who have missed the pre-order campaign and now want a book that I have signed, you can go to my website www.rudysworld.com, and you can order a book in any language signed by me. Just that you know, because many people say, "Oh, I didn't catch the pre-order thing," and this is now a year ago, and many people want signed books. So in the book, I have more than one chapter about I'm Going Slightly Mad, because the video concept changed. And it was actually very dramatic. I don't want to spoil people who buy the book, but it was very dramatic what the final concept was. And one thing that Queen fans, actually from Italy and Russia, made me aware of, everybody wanted to know, is Elton John the gorilla in I'm Going Slightly Mad? And I'm revealing that in the book. But please understand that if I say it now, I'm spoiling everybody who has ordered the book and will get the book in the next weeks. So yes, you find this as an answer. There were also discussed David Bowie and Rod Stewart for the gorilla thing. But please read my book. And also at Innuendo, when Innuendo was out, I was called into the Montreux mountain studio by the band and Jim Beach, and I was presented with the fact that Freddie will not go in front of a camera anymore because of his illness. We in the inner circle, of course, knew, and then he changed his mind. This is why then videos came after that, and I'm Going Slightly Mad, for me, is the masterpiece of our collaboration. Freddie and I were sitting in his garden lodge house, many times. He was calling me back from a holiday from Africa. Before that, we have approved a different concept, which is interesting to know and read. And then we had this concept. So, and then we all thought, well, I'm Going Slightly Mad is going to be the last video. And then I was called, and Freddie said, because he was playing a role in I'm Going Slightly Mad. He was playing like the mad professor with the special hair and the makeup and so on. And he says, I don't want to be remembered as a comics figure. I want to have one last video where I'm just Freddie Mercury. And so Days of Our Lives were planned. For the first time, Jim Beach, he never did that before, was calling me and said, Rudy, Freddie is very ill. We don't know if he can make the whole shoot, because I was known for being a perfectionist and I was redoing takes, do it another one, do another one, do another one. For example, when we did Breakthrough, Freddie had the idea that at the end, all four of them with Debbie Lang run out of the tunnel and jump in the air. and sing breakthrough. And of course, the five never did it in sync. So I had to do it again and again, I think 20 times, and I'm sure they all hated me for it. So Jim said, you can't do this with Days of Our Lives. So I remember the very last take. It was the master closer, and was like this. And Freddie was always super prepared, so he was doing everything in sync. It was a perfect take. So it was finished, and I said, okay, thank you, it's a wrap, which means the shoot is over. And thank you very much. And Fred says, no, I want to do this take again. And I said to him, yeah, but the take was absolutely fine. He says, yeah, but I want to do it again. So I did it again, and for all the Queen fans know, at the end, you have a part where he whispers into the microphone, I still love you. I still love you. And so when we redid the take, he was first giving us the Freddie Mercury that we all know. Then he was falling into himself, so to say, laughing about himself. Then he whispered, I still love you. Then he made the snip, and then he went out of the picture. And I said, okay, thank you, that was it. I didn't realize what was happening at the time, but at home, when I then edited the video, I said to myself, oh my God, this clever bastard. I then knew exactly why he wanted to do the take again. Freddie was so ill that only he knew that this was the last ever take that he will do in front of a camera, in front of my camera, I'm proud to say. And so when he made the Freddie Mercury, he said, I can do this. Then he was laughing about himself, like he would say, you always have to also laugh about yourself, not take everything too serious. Then the I still love you was his last message to the fans. And the walking out of picture was the walking out of life. So when I realized that, of course, I was crying in the editing room, but that's the genius Freddie Mercury. Also, until the end, he had the control. So this is what I remember. Until this day, it, of course, makes me sad. But don't forget, Freddie wouldn't like us to sit here and say, oh my God, we are so sad. He was enjoying life. He said in one of our last conversations, Rudy, I want to enjoy life as much as I can in the time I have. So that was Freddie Mercury. Well, this is very personal. And this is why I take the sunglasses up, because it's still only after Freddie passed, I was told that on one foot he didn't have any skin anymore. So each step must have been enormous pain. And if you watch the making of, you see that he has trouble walking. He was, standing most of the time of the video. So he said to me, Rudy, I don't want to have any special treatment. So he didn't want that people have to wait for him. Sorry. Only then I realized, I saw the big superstar in Wembley Stadium, and I filmed him in Naples, the last ever Queen concert with Freddie. I filmed fabulous videos. I saw him being the genius in the studio. singing wise and writing lyrics and music. I knew that he was very, very talented in all kinds of art. He knew a lot about literature, filmmaking, photography. He knew about Chinese art, and now in Sotheby's you can see a lot of all that stuff. Unfortunately, it's going to be sold. I'm very sad about this, but that's a different story. But then I realized what great of a human being he was. Because imagine you know that you're going to die. You have pain, and you want to record music and film videos, but you don't want the people, that they pity you or that they say, "Oh, I'm sorry." If you have that grace and that character until the very end, you're a very, very, very special person. And that's what I found out. Okay? Well, he's my friend, It's not. I'm not talking about a client or whatever. I mean, I was doing videos with other bands, whom I like, but it was nothing like Freddie. I mean, the process when I say the ping pong between the creative ping pong between Freddie and myself in the book, how we developed certain concepts, and that's also something great about the book, by the way. There is storyboards in there of videos, also partly describing videos where we use the different concept. So the Queen fan can also see other ideas. The song, for example, Invisible Man. There was different concept with a circus, and then you can imagine your own video on the concepts that we didn't film, but which were developed by Freddie and myself. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's very personal. It's not a job. This is also why my reading tour, I think, is so successful. It's now in Germany and Austria. It will also come to Italy. It will also come to next year to England and America, because it's my heart. It's my heart. I wrote this book with a lot of my heart. It's not a job, and I'm not interested in money. Actually, I'm spending quite a lot of money for the book so that it's like I want it. But I thought I have to say thank you to one of the greatest men, Freddie Mercury, that I ever had the privilege to meet in my life. And I met a lot of interesting people. No, come on. Yeah? Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to talk about this. I'm sorry. I know he doesn't want to reveal that. All I can say is at the end, Freddie Mercury was limiting his contacts to the outside world a lot. Even a very good friends, they couldn't see him. I had the privilege to be in the inner circle. There were a few other people like Dave Clark. Of course, the people who work for him, like Peter Freestone, who is one of my best friends. Then Jim Hutton, etc. But Joe Vanelli, Dave. But at the end, his home was more like a hospital, and his bedroom was more like a hospital room. And as far as I know, there is no photographs or any documents existing, because he didn't want to be seen like that. I mean, there is examples in the past of famous people who didn't want the audience to see them when they got old, but Freddie didn't want to see his audience how he got weak, and therefore, all I can say is it's interesting that you know it for a long time, and we were never discussing the fact. We were never talking about it. He just didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to talk about AIDS. He didn't want to talk about his expectations. Maybe with other people, but he was. I think he was always with me, fleeing into another world, either into the world of making videos or remembering interesting things we did together. Sometimes I was visiting him in Garden Lodge, and we were just sitting, Jim with him, Freddie with a blanket, and we were watching television. You know, we were, and that was it. That was the afternoon. There was nothing sensational. We didn't, Freddie could also be a very regular guy. Being in love with Jim Hutton, like a married couple. They were so sweet sometimes. There were also hard times between them, don't get me wrong. But yeah, and he wants us to remember him as a man of life. Okay. Okay. No. It's okay. It's okay. But how much longer do you want to go? Okay. No. I'm happy to. Yeah. Okay. Just. Well, see, let me say something, and you're happy to use this. By the way, we have a deal that you are sending me a copy of this. Yeah, this is important. That you don't forget, even if it takes some time. You can, send me a copy if you want of the without translation. But please also send me a copy with the translation for my Italian fans, because. I'm very taking care, because there are a lot of people who pre-ordered the book from Italy, yeah, and I know that they wait long, etc. And I want to explain them why this is, and I'm not a crook, like some people say. I'm a very honest man, and therefore I want to assure them that everybody gets it. So. It is, I know when I talk about it, it becomes personal, but that's part. Okay, so it's okay. This is end of part 1. Woo!
You wanna know what goes on backstage? Oh, come on. Let me take you by the hand. Ow!
Rudy, are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
The way I see it, Barry, this should be a very dynamite show.
I have no idea what the name of this program is, but you're watching it.
Backstage,
All you ever want,
backstage,
all you ever need.
backstage,
Your dreams will be fulfilled once you are there. You'll never wanna leave. You wanna sell your ass for that backstage pass. Backstage is just for the invited.